Kidneys really are a key to the energy that then circulates next to the lungs. And I'm not going to go into the beautiful world of Chinese medicine where they talk about the difference between qi and jing and like different life energy that's available to move and to act in the world. And then, of course, all the energies of yin and yang. And we have, I don't want to contribute to another simple simpleness to it, although I find that we do have to fight sort of this yang energy, like going out, and we have to preserve some of the yin energy and support our kidneys to be able to store energy. And I find that in body mind centering and somatic body, that it's just a beautiful place to go to start. And the second place I go to start, and I don't know in this, so in this meeting will be short, but the second place I went was to this moment in embryology where the morula has broken open and becomes a blastula, and when it enters into the mana, the food that's laid out for it, the lining, the endometrium, so it's not in the uterine muscle tissue. So this embryo, tiny, like pin of a, head of a pin, not even. It comes down and it sticks in the wall, and then it moves into this endometrial wall. So if this is the uterus, it finds a place, and then it's completely surrounded by, I'll keep calling it mana, because it's like surrounded by food, by energy, by fat, by broken down blood, and the cells of the embryo itself create cells around it that move into all directions. So I want you to just take a moment. This is like the placenta all around us. So the moment where what we then call the placenta is really all around us. And it is not what becomes our body that is working and so engaged and alive. It is, now I'm blanking the name. Oh no, it is the T. Okay. So these cells of the embryo that are reaching out into the endometrium and feeding the child, that is like a corona all around us. And then I just want to add, from that perspective, it is, I want you to imagine you are 3 years old and you enter into a football stadium. And it is filled with everything you want to eat: popcorn, ice cream. Like this is the ratio of space and food that this embryo is in. It steps into this arena. There's a whole womb lined with this endometrium. It's a globe, right? And so around you, you have everything you want. And then around that is more than you can imagine, but maybe we could imagine because we were there. More than you can ever, like thousands, hundreds, thousands of times more than you could ever use. And I just want you to layer that out, layer that all around you, that there's so much more than you could ever want, need, or imagine available to you in that moment where you embed in the endometrium. I want you to take the 360-degree support for that. And I want you to just also take the support of the actual breath that's coming into your lungs. And I want you to put space and fluid space around that and organs around that. So you're not just breathing into an empty, lonely sac. You're breathing into a sac that is resonating and surrounded by another sac and another. And when we go back to this embryo, they are the embryonic sac, they are the placental surroundings, they are in the mother's belly, and the mother is supported by family and by community, and that is supported by the world, the natural world, the earth, and the earth is part of the universe, and the universe is part of many universes, and all these universes are continually expanding. So perhaps, of course, inevitably, in order to become, we are placed in a magnitude of nutrition unbelievable to us, fluid, and we connect our fluids to it. We start harvesting the endometrium through our filters into our blood. We start harvesting the yolk. And this is the space we're in right now, where we experience embryonic breathing. Besides it being a truth, it is a story, a truthful story. And I find that in this moment, many people automatically to come into a state that is embryonic breathing. So notice for yourself what was interesting, helpful, challenging, alive. Like, where are you filling in your own story into the story? And this is a time where you're placing yourself in the endometrium, in the room, in the womb, in the family, in the world. And are you giving yourself the sustenance of life, of breath in all your tissues? This is where we go to cellular breathing. We go to your blood, being able to transport these these nutrients. And where air meets water again in the lungs, we now are able to receive oxygen by the stickiness of the blood, of the red blood vessels, being able to take up oxygen. But there's another breathing underneath it that you're in right now, and we're always in, we're just bringing it to the foreground. So in this time, all the differentiations of your body start to happen. You start growing in a way that you no longer fit in the endometrium. You grow out into the space, but you keep the sense, this memory of that time when you were completely surrounded, belonging, directly belonging to tissues around you. You keep that sense and you learn more by being in, eventually in the amnion, and connecting to the placenta through your blood. This is a good moment to notice what you notice. It's also a good moment where we're just being now. There's a great potential to just be and not have to, we don't have to know that we are to be. And also, before we come out of this focus to prepare ourselves for embryonic breathing, it'd be nice to just take a moment. Like, I notice there's certain parts of me that I don't fill in. Like, I don't use certain areas here behind me or here behind my kidney. And just where are parts of you that can allow the fluid breath, the blood flow, kidney flow to move in your body, to harvest oxygen